Hi, welcome back to English 111 Online. This week we're going to start researching for our Essay 4, which is the Problem Solution Research-Based Persuasion Essay. So you're going to be investigating a problem, looking at some possible solutions for the problem, and then your job it will be to persuade through your essay someone to believe that this is a real serious problem and that there are viable solutions to help solve the problem. I've done some research myself for something that would be helpful to you for this essay, and so I found a wonderful website called 80,000hours.org, and the 80,000hours.org is a project of Oxford University, and they have done a lot of research, incredible research. In fact, if you investigate the site, you can see how they did their research, how careful they have been in determining that these are legitimate world problems. But you don't have to dig that deep into it. You can look at it more from what we need for this essay. The whole purpose of the 80,000hours.org is that's about the amount of time they estimate that most people spend in a career, 80,000 hours. And this project was started to get people interested in careers that they could help solve some of these world problems. And so the whole basis of it is to convince you to go into a specific career. Well, I'm not going to try to persuade you to get into a certain career, but there is wonderful information there about these world problems and about solutions for them, even about what people that are opposed to them say, all of which are required for this essay. So here is the website. It's listed under this week's resources under list of biggest problems. And if you click on that, I already have the site open. I'm trying to open it. There it is. And from the 80,000 hours website, you can see this is a list of all our profiles on global problems. And so for this essay, you're going to need to go to this page and you're going to need to investigate these resources, and you're going to need to choose one of them. There are 11 choices, and you must choose one of these, and you must get your information through this site. So don't get too excited when you see climate change here. Oh, I'm gonna argue that climate change is not even a real thing. No, that's not what we're doing. What we're doing is looking at what they have to say about the extreme risks of climate change, and yes, a little bit of information about what is causing this climate change, but also some pretty valid solutions that we can pursue to try to lessen, improve that. Biosecurity is really interesting. It is about scientifically engineered pathogens that could possibly kill millions or even billions of people on Earth, and how we can be more secure so that we won't risk wiping out the people of the planet. Factory farming is another one. Clearly people are in favor of it, but also opposed to it. And so all of these have that other side of the problem. You can't do a persuasive paper if there's not something to persuade people about. If it just is, then everybody agrees and there's no need to write the essay. But these all have questions about, is this a real problem? Is this something that we need to do and spend time and energy on? It's also, maybe the solutions are a little controversial. But anyway, your job this week is just to pick a problem. Health in poor countries, that's pretty interesting, and once you get into it, you'll see it's not talking about reforming healthcare in the United States, because the United States is not a poor country. We are a very rich country. So make sure that when you choose one of these problems, you actually click on it and launch into that and understand what they have to say about it, because that's what you're going to be writing about. Not what you find on it, but what they have already so diligently um, found on it. So I have written a little sample essay that I'll share with you next week. But this week, I just want you to look at the problems and choose one. There's a little journal for you to complete where you'll put down which problem you're going to pursue and a couple of points that lets me know that you have investigated enough to know that this is indeed something that you are going to write about. Because once you choose your problem, you're stuck with it. I'm not going to let you change your mind, because I want every moment that we have to research, understand, take notes, and write about these problems and their solutions. Then I don't want you to waste weeks and then have to go back and at the last minute say, no, I don't like this, I'm going to change it to something else. So I'm going to make you actually commit to one of these problems. The one that I've been using as my sample is this promoting effective altruism, and I'll click on that just to show you what happens when you click on one of the problems. So here it is, promoting effective altruism. Later on, I'll go into some information about not this week, but next week I'll launch off into some information that about how to cite this source and how to cite the different pages from this source. But there's a table of contents over on the side, and let's see if I can move that over a little bit so you can see it. There we go. There's a table of contents over here on the side. You can click on any of these things over here, or you can just scroll down and see the different topics. It gives you a summary of what effective altruism actually is. It gives you why are the ideas of effective altruism important. This will be important for you if you're writing an essay about this. And they do this for every single problem that they have listed here. There are 11 of them. You're going to choose one of them. Okay, so within the website itself, within the problems, there are links to other things. Like, for instance, here, many projects fail, and for most programs, the effects are unknown. So you can actually go there and click on that, and it will take you to givewell.org, and there's information you can read there. So it will take you to some sources outside of the 80,000hours.org, and this is the only way I'm going to allow or approve resources for this paper. It are the ones that you get through this page itself, or the ones that you get through clicking on sources that this page gives you. So don't go off and Google stuff. Don't try, oh, I've already written a paper about that, I'll drag that out. No, we're going to use everything from this source. So for this week then, take you back to the to our course page. View my video, which you're doing. Read the chapter in the textbook about the problem, or not problem, excuse me, but argument, the argument chapter, and then go to you and look at your document that tells you what this essay is all about, and then go to this list of biggest problems. Once you do that, here is the journal that you need to complete. It says complete the following journal to commit to a world problem and solution for essay 4. So if we click on that, here's the journal. Explain what your choice of problem is from the 80,000hours.org, and in case you lost your place, there's another live link to it right there. What is the name of the world problem, and give a brief explanation of why this is a problem. You don't have to write it in complete sentences. You can make bullet points or whatever. And then what is one possible solution according to the website? And you can list more if you want to, but this is what I want in this journal. I want you to list what your problem is, why it's a problem, and a solution or two if you want to for that. That's your graded assignment for this week. Just researching enough and committing to one of these world problems. Okay, so let's take a really quick look at the assignment document. So here we are, chapter 14, argument in your real writing book. Read that. This one, you're going to have 4 to 6 primary or secondary sources. Probably they're going to be secondary sources. So you need to have at least 4 of them, but they all must come from the 80,000hours.org website. Now, you might have multiple pages within the 80,000hours.org website, and they will count as individual sources. Don't freak out about how many sources yet. Okay, so you're going to find a solution, and then once you choose your world problem, you're going to look at information that they provide for you. If you need to go outside that source, and you probably will not need to, but if you do, here are some news sources that might be something you can bring into the essay. And I'm telling you, they are live links too, but please start with your 80,000hours.org, because I have read these problems. I am familiar with what the website says about them. Do not go off the deep end and go somewhere else. Just use that. This is going to be an argument paper, so we're going to look at the strongest arguments for your side, and then we're going to also look at the people who say it's not a problem or they don't like the solutions, and we're going to answer them, because that is the essence of this kind of paper. So that's what I want you to do this week. Go to your links for the 80,000hours.org right here under the this week's resources. There's your essay, and there's your list of the biggest problems, and then come down here and do this little short journal on which problem you're going to pursue, and that will be due by Sunday night the 8th, and then the week of the 9th we will kick it up and start working on you putting together an outline of this essay. So have a great week, enjoy your spring break, and I will see you next time.